Funnels versus pyramids. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I want to cover some areas when we're sitting down and we're talking about the customer journey. You know, the process that you have your potential customers, potential clients go through, and then the journey once they are customers and clients. What is that process? How do we go about talking about it? And there's two very similar analogies that get tossed about. And one came out, I don't know how long ago, but it became very popular when Russell Brunson introduced his ClickFunnels software, because he's been very open about this. He basically took ownership of the concept of a marketing funnel. Now, the term marketing funnel had been around for as long as I could remember previous to that, but he went and owned it, and it became almost like a brand name, where when people talk funnels, oftentimes they're talking about Russell and a lot of his ideology that he's promoting. Now, what's a funnel mean? What is the funnel all about? The funnel is the analogy that you have customers or really it's about the sales process. So you have people who could be potential customers, and it's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that can be potential customers, and then you just want a small, and there's different ways to be able to divide this up, but basically you have the first level of potential people, and you could call that your leads. And once you get these leads, people that you think, based on demographics, based on response to advertising or response to some type of lead magnet, you have developed a list of leads, people who may become a good customer, client, patient, what have you. And there's an initial amount. And out of that, a smaller amount is going to be willing to take the next step, whatever that next step is. Maybe it's Maybe from that point on it's to download something. Maybe at that point on it's to give you some more information about them. Maybe from that point on it's to purchase something small. You know, it depends on who you're talking to on what the next step is, but it's always going to be smaller. That no matter what you're talking about, it's going to be a smaller amount every step in the process into wherever you mark the sales. Let's say the sales is marked right here. All the way down, it's going to be a smaller and smaller amount to the people you actually sell to, or the people you actually get to that next level. But let's just say it's an initial sale. Let's just call that the sales funnel. Everyone's a little bit different. Let's talk about the pyramid concept, shall we? The pyramid concept works the same way. It's in reverse, but it's discussing the exact same thing. And oftentimes pyramids are used to discuss the process after a customer, a client has come on board. So this is your very initial amount of people are the large amount, and then the people who do the next level up, they purchase something of a little higher price value or what have you, and then you may have some form of a subscription or something that they become a part of. That's going to be fewer. Once again, there's no way around this. It is going to be fewer. The more levels that you have for someone to ascend to, that concept of ascension, we've talked about that before. The more levels you have for ascension within your model, the fewer are going to go there. It's just a given. And we talked about this. We talked about the buyer's pyramid when it came to, which is really just the reversal of it's the reversal of the funnel, but it's the same concept, that no matter what, you're going to have a smaller amount of people that are willing to pay the most, do the most right up front, and you have a slightly larger amount that are willing to do a little less, and go so on, so on, so on. So this is just human nature. There is no way around this. This is 80-20. This is all these other concepts that are out there. When you break things down into percentages, there's no way to get around this. That no matter what, in the end, you're going to end up with somewhere between 3 or 5%, and the higher your numbers, the more exact this is going to be. But you're going to end up with somewhere around 3 to 5% who are your cream of the crop, absolute wonderful, will buy anything you put in front of them customers. you can have those. As long as you put enough in, you'll be able to see those numbers. If you're only putting a handful in, it may take a while to see those numbers, but anywhere, you know, you get that, you get the point. So what's the difference between these two? The difference tends to be in when in the process they're spoken about, but it's the same thing no matter what. In fact, if you were just to include this, if you said this is the initial sale down here at the bottom of this pyramid, well, that would start another thing, and because it's this direction, we'd probably call it a funnel, but really it's just the inverse of the pyramid. Okay, here's our new customers. Out of those new customers, a certain amount are going to do this, and you start going into this. Talk about whether you're talking about ascension or whether you're talking about dropping down the funnel. It's really the same concept. But from the customer's view, it is more of a pyramid. You also have people talk about this being a ladder, but it's an ascending thing. It's a difficult process to go through. It's we talked about this the other night. It's like Dan Kennedy's, the wise man at the top of the mountain. It has to be a difficult journey. Instead of fighting that in your business and trying to see how many people you can squeeze in to the very top rung, or making that top rung as easy to get to, it's much easier. It's not much easier. It's much smarter to realize that this is the natural flow of all businesses that have ongoing customers. If you got people purchasing on a regular basis, you're going to have your cream of the crop, and you're going to have people who are a little less ambitious than that, and you're going to have a few that are a little, and you're going to have more that are less ambitious than that. And the idea is to offer as many different pricing structures and amounts of interaction and activity, as many as possible, because at that point you have control over all of them, and you widen your audience, and it's never completely static. It's fluid. You have people, everyone that starts is going to start in right down here. But as they get marketed to, if you have content marketing, like we discuss a lot, you have the ability to help this person ascend from one level to the next to the next. And sometimes this may take years, depending on your business structure. But the idea is to have different options, it doesn't matter whether you're running a restaurant or what have you. If you have the ability for people to purchase from you more than once, you need to have this drawn out. You need to have an idea of ascending levels. You need to keep offering more, and more, because it's just a matter of time. You're going to end up with these people who are going to hold the whole business together. And at the same time, but they help. If you're really putting your prices where they need to be, they're going to help you develop all the rest of this and bring in more people who can't necessarily afford your highest prices, but they want more and they want to learn, and you do your best at educating your customer. It doesn't matter what business you're in. If you're educating your customer, you're going to get better customers. The customer is going to get more out of it. Everyone wins. Everyone's happier. This is why I recommend content marketing, not just for first-time customers, but and not just for your before people, before they become customers, but during, while they're customers. While they're customers, it's even more important to keep educating them, keep talking to them. Let alone the people who are after customers, the people who no longer even consider themselves in your realm, but were in your realm at one time. It's important that you keep marketing to them and allowing more and more options for content marketing in those cases too. So we'll be talking more about this as time goes on. By tomorrow, I expect to have a new link that you could be able to purchase my latest training. It's the latest, and it's the first of many trainings that we're going to be coming out with. I am actually setting up agreements with people on all different levels of content marketing, in terms of experiences, in terms of, and just there's so much information out there. There's so much wealth of knowledge. We're going to find the right people that are telling you the truth, and we're going to get it to you so that you can dig into any one of these areas you're interested in. If you're interested in books, we can show you how to do that. If you're interested in social media, we can show you how to do that. All the different realms of content marketing. So stay tuned. We'll get into that later. We'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.